Welcome, guys. Today we're going to be working on something a little bit different than just solving. So last time, what we were doing is we took, let's say we had x equal 2, and we would take that 2, plug it in, and solve it, and we'd get in our answer. Well, today what we're doing is a little bit different. Instead, we're doing it reverse. We have the answer, -4. We're trying to figure out what was x. Now, almost always, I'm going to say almost always because I mean like 95% of the time, there's going to be two answers for these problems, all right? So what we do is we take these two equations and we're going to graph them and see where they intersect, okay? Because where they intersect, the x value, okay, the x value, if you have a set of parentheses, it's x and then y. The x value is going to be our answer, all right? So let's jump over to a graphing calculator. We have 6 minus 5. So I'm going to go to GeoGebra.com. So we've got 6 minus 5. And then in the absolute value of 2x minus 2. 2x minus 2. And we want to know, when does it equal -4? And it's showing me here, let's see, as I zoom out, if I look at the line, -4 is a line that just goes straight across, okay? It looks like they intersect at 0 and 2. Those are the two x values where it intersects, okay? So we've got 0, 2. Ta-da! Okay, graphing these, by far, hands down, the best way to go. Let's try another one. We've got 2 plus 5, 3x plus 6. So 2 plus 5, 2 plus 5, and 3x plus 6. Okay, that is our equation there. You can see it's kind of like a V. And we want to know, where does it equal 62? Well, there's two ways to do that. You can just zoom out, go to 62. There's 62. You can see, oh, it looks like it crosses at 2 and -6. So that's one way to do it. The other way is just to type in 62 and see where they intersect. Oh, it intersects at 2. And then this one would be our other point, which would be -6. Okay. Delete that one. 2 and -6. So 2, -6 would be my answers. Bloop, bloop. Ta-da! Let's try another one. So we've got -4 minus 4x minus 3. 4 minus 4x minus 3. And we want to know, where does it equal the line -4? Now, again, I can look here on this left side. I've got 1.25 and 0.75. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to zoom in, zooming. So here I've got 1. A little bit more than 1 would be 1.25. A little bit less than 1 would be 0.75. Okay, those are the two x values where it is crossing. All right, I want you to try this next one on your own, okay? So here, I'm going to take a look at this one. Think, where would this cross the x-axis? Okay, where would it cross? Not the x-axis. Where would it cross the line? -14. I'm sorry. Y equals -14. Where do they cross? Pause the video. About ready to tell the answer. All right, you should have paused the video by now. Let's take a look. We've got -4x plus 10. +10, and don't forget to subtract 7. We want to know, where does it equal the line -14? So we want to put another dot on there. Yeah. Guys, in order to do a point, all I'm doing is I'm just going to the shapes, clicking point, and I'm just clicking roughly where that intersection is. Okay. And let's see here. It's saying negative 0.75 is C, and B is negative 4.25. All right, that's easy. Negative 0.75 and negative 4.25. There you go. Those are the two X values where they intersect. Now you could also do this algebraically. Algebraically, I will do one example of how to do it algebraically. For those of you that are really wanting to do it just by hand without a calculator, if you want to do it by hand without a calculator, what you have to do is you have to get 4x plus 5 all by itself. So that means you have to minus 4 from both sides. So that gives you absolute value of 4x plus 5 equals, what would that be, 7? Now, if we think about how these absolute values work, if we have, let's say, the absolute value of v equals 7, what numbers could v equal? Well, v could be 7, or it could be negative 7. Those are the two values that v could be. So let me grab an eraser, okay? If the inside could be 7 or positive 7, then we are saying that the inside could be 7. So 4x plus 5 equals 7. Or the inside could be negative 7. In that case, 4x plus 5 equals negative 7. Well, how do we solve this? Easy. Follow the order of operations in reverse. So that gives me 4x equals 2, divide by 4, divide by 4. That gives me x equals 0.5. There you go. Or minus 5 minus 5 gives me 4x equals negative 12. Divide both sides by 4. It gives me x equals negative 3. Well, let's see if those are right. We've got 0.5 comma negative 3. Let's hope we got this right. All right. Okay. I'll do one more by hand for those of you that that kind of like the by hand and want to keep doing it by hand. For those of you that are just want to do it with a calculator, I want you to check this one with a calculator. Okay, let's see if we get the same answer. So remember, if you're doing it by hand, you have to get that inside by itself. So we have to subtract 8. That gives me 2. Divide by 2. So that's going to leave me with 10 plus 3x equals, let's see, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we've got 10x plus 3 equals 1, or it equals, what else could the inside be? Negative 1. Well, let's give this a try. Minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. That gives me negative 11 could equal 3x, could equal negative 9. Divide everything by 3. That leaves me with, let's see, negative 11 divided by 3 is negative 3.666 with a bar over it. And negative 9 divided by 3 is just negative 3. Okay, so those are the possible values for x. Those of you with the calculator, I hope you got the same thing. Common negative 3. Let's see if we got this right. I hope so. What did we do wrong? Oh, they wanted us to leave it as a fraction. Negative 11 out of 3. No! That happens. That definitely can happen. Okay. Alrighty, give it a try. Let me know if you have any questions.